Well, howdy, everybody. Theresa here. Is there anything better in the whole world than a steaming hot cup of coffee in the morning? I mean, if you're a coffee lover, or maybe it's if you love hot tea, but just that first hit of euphoria in the morning, just beautiful. I take mine with sweetener and creamer, so. So good. Anyway, it is December 10th, 2015. It is Thursday morning. It is 10:53 a.m. here in central Wyoming. Let's see what the temperature is. Come on. You know you wanna. Come on. All right. It is 39 degrees out right now, but real feel temperature is 27. The high will be 53. The low will be 29. It is gray, overcast. Sun is trying to peek through. Kind of windy. It's been windy. Winter time, the wind here just screams like a banshee. Anyway, if you notice, I'm a little more subdued today. I'll explain why here in a minute. Yesterday, shortly after I made my vlog for yesterday, Vlogmas number 9. This is Vlogmas number 10. My husband did end up coming home from work early around noon because he had the flu. And I still had a touch of it, which got worse in the daytime. This was like the minute I ate lunch. Horrible. So we ended up laying down about 2 o'clock. And we slept until 4:30. Well, I think he got up, he said, about 3:30, or maybe he did sleep till 4:30. No, I think he did sleep till 4:30. We were just that sick. I mean, we didn't care what animals were crawling on us. Yeah, I know my hair's kind of sticking up. We didn't care what animals were crawling on us or anything. We're both that ill. And we were chugging the Pepto and taking the anti-diarrhea pills and yada, yada, yada. By late evening, we were starting to feel better. We both had soup for dinner. I keep cans of soup on hand just for that reason. And we were eating yogurt and stuff, which coats and soothes your stomach and stuff. And so we did that, and he's back at work today. And I'm feeling somewhat better. I did work on that scarf some. I didn't get as much done on it as I would have liked to have, of course. Not feeling good, but I did get some work done on it. So that's how it's coming along. What else? That was about all that took place yesterday. This morning, I feel fine stomach-wise now. I haven't eaten anything. But I'm very, very congested head-wise. That's why I said if I seem a little more subdued than normal, and it's like I'm really, really puffy and stuff. And I've got a really sore throat. So, the coffee should take care of that. I've got eucalyptus going in my wax melts. I've got eucalyptus incense going. Usually that'll do the trick. So, and I'm using throat spray. I'll take some Tylenol here in a little bit, which I take some every morning anyway for the joint pain. Since I'm allergic to all other NSAIDs, Aleve, ibuprofen, all of that I'm allergic to. So, I can take it once in a great while, one time, but any more than that, it causes a lot of breathing problems, causing my asthma to become a lot worse. So, but anyway, I'm not complaining. You know, if I got a little bit of a head cold, that really, like, please. So today I've got to vacuum and stuff because I did not obviously get that done yesterday. I've got to get in and sort through that yarn and stuff and pull like I said I was going to, because you know, I've got that other yarn coming. I'm gonna take care of a couple other business matters and stuff. I am gonna make the meatloaf tonight with the scalloped potatoes and carrots. I did not get that done. Last night, like I said, we just had soup, and then for lunch I'm gonna have a salad. You ever say something out of your mouth and it sounds just like something you swore you would never say? Or you react a certain way that you swear you would never react in your life? I think we all have said, oh my God, I've turned into my mother, or I've turned into my aunt, or, you know. Well, I caught myself doing that not too long ago, and it's like, what the hell am I doing? You know, being stressed out about certain things, certain financial matters and stuff, you know. It was like I was trying to control all the situation, you know. Instead of letting my husband, and this is just my belief, but instead of letting my husband be the man of the house, and you know, he's always been the primary breadwinner and stuff, but letting him do that and just putting my trust in him and my trust that everything would turn out okay, I started to try to control things, and I found myself almost becoming very nitpicky. Now, everybody knows that if you work outside the home, or if you ever have, that's hard enough in itself, and that you get picked apart generally by your bosses, other employees, customers, or patients, whatever field you're in. You certainly don't need it at home. Home should be your safe, peaceful haven. And I took a long look at that, and it's like, why am I doing that? It's like, because I'm stressed out. And it's like, but nobody asked you to do this. Nobody asked you to try to do this. You need to just continue to put your trust and faith in your husband, knowing that he is a very honorable, intelligent man, a very respectful man. Because, you know, in turn, I feel like I'm kind of disrespecting him. And, you know, just because something is done and it's not my way doesn't mean that it's the wrong way. It doesn't mean that something done my way is the right way at all. I mean, I'm far from perfect. I know that. And, you know, not working outside the home for most of our marriage, for not very long periods of time. You know, when you sum it all up, I don't know a lot of the business factors. I just know what I research. Well, we all know that you can have all the book learning and research learning, but that compared to real life can be vastly different. So, I apologized to my husband last night. And I said, you know, I don't think that sometimes I've been, you know, short with you, and I've been, you know, because, you know, if you're snapping at your spouse and you're short with your spouse, in turn, it's a chain reaction. And then before you know it, you just start kind of snapping at each other more. No, we weren't fighting or anything. We weren't having marital problems. But I feel like we were being a bit disrespectful, not being as patient with each other, not hearing each other as well as we could. Like I said, marriage is always two people working very hard. I mean, you know, at it, and always remembering to respect. I mean, you know, I see so many times people give more respect to strangers, and people outside of their family than they do their own family members. And, you know, you need to always remember to be very respectful and hear your family members out, your spouse, your children when they become adults, and even when they're children. You know, to hear what they're feeling and stuff. To teach them to be respectful and you know, to listen with open mind. So, and you know, he said, yeah, he was sorry he let the stress kind of get to him, and we were kind of had been, you know, snapping at each other a little bit and stuff. And, you know, that wears on a person because, like I said, you want your home to be peaceful. You want it to be where you can be yourself, where you don't have to feel guarded, where you don't have to feel like, you know, like I said, like you have to have a defense shield up like you do outside the home so much. So, you know, I grew up, and he also grew up with two very controlling parents, mothers. And everything had to be done their way, and there was no other way, and you know. And, you know, you don't want to become what you despised. So, you know. Another thing that's kind of been on my mind lately, and I touched on a little bit on Facebook, and I may get a lot of flack on it. We're all entitled to our opinion. Is I get tired of these posts of look at me, look at me, look at me. And what I mean by that is, let me clarify. Everybody posts an occasional picture of himself. But not, what gets me is being a plus size woman, basically all of my life, is people that have lost a lot of weight and then they have to put up the before picture and cut down the before picture and talk about how great they are now. Well, first of all, to me, you're saying that person you were before was a horrible person. What happens if you gain weight back again? You're a horrible person again? We all say that we want to lose weight, and that doesn't change who we are. We're just smaller. But then if you're sitting there cutting down your former self, aren't you cutting down who you are if you truly believe that you are the same person? Also, when you do that, and like I said, this is just my opinion, you're cutting down every woman and every person that is the size that you formerly were. You're basically telling us that we're just nothing but pieces of shit because we haven't lost a lot of weight. Not all of us are able to have weight loss surgery. Not all of us chose to have weight loss surgery. And no, I'm not saying that's an easy way out at all. But we're all on a different journey. We're all on a different path. We're all different people. And while I'm very, very happy for all of my friends that have had weight loss surgery or have lost weight without having weight loss surgery, and you know, there's no denying that you look happier because you're happier with yourself. I loved you when you were heavier too. And I'll love you if you regain weight, and I will love you if you continue to lose weight. But I just want you to do the same, and I want you to be respectful of all of us that are the size that you used to be. And that's what I mean by that. And two, I feel like you become so focused on yourself, and this is for a lot of people. It doesn't matter if you've lost a lot of weight, you know, or you're going through a transition, or, you know, maybe you've newly divorced, newly married, whatever. We get so focused on ourselves that we forget about everybody else around us. We are such a tiny little speck in this universe. It's very ironic. Most people don't know that I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I don't practice anymore. That was 20 years ago I became a licensed cosmetologist. But you would never know it because I'm very, you know, like I said, I don't generally do my nails. I don't mess with my hair. Obviously, I don't color it anymore. I don't wear hardly any makeup ever. But that's just me. But I'm not, one of the things is I'm not very focused on myself. And I'm saying be proud of who you are. Be proud of how you look. But don't forget that there's so much other stuff. Don't forget that to maybe stop and ask the plain Janes like me, how we're doing. Just because I'm not, on that same journey, maybe we can take something from each other, That's just my viewpoint. Like I said, I'm very thrilled for my friends that are losing weight, however they're doing it. I am slowly, losing weight too. But don't let it change all your good qualities. You were a very kind and loving person when you were heavier. Don't let that change to where, and I know that this new body is shocking. I've been down that road. I've even shown pictures of me, when I was, a lot thinner 15 years ago. But, don't forget that there's so much more in the world. Don't become so hyper-focused on how you look and what you weigh that day and what your BMI is that day and what size you are that day, because, years down the road when you're drawing your last breath, nobody's going to care about that. They're going to care about who you were inside, who you were to them, what kind of a mother, what kind of a wife, what kind of a friend, you were to them. So anyway, that's just my viewpoint. And I know a lot of people won't agree with me, and you'll think that, oh, she's just saying it because she's jealous and whatnot. And no, that's not it. I'm just speaking from the heart, and, and my friends don't all have to agree. I don't want my friends to be puppets and agree with everything I say. So anyway, that's all I got going on. I'm going to be working on this scarf, cleaning house, reorganizing that yarn, and just keeping it real. And also, one more thing I wanted to say is, I know some of my vlogger friends that do daily vlogs too worry about if their vlogs are boring because it's just daily life and sometimes not anything real exciting going on. Well, I enjoy watching them because daily life is not always just so exciting that we just can't stand it, A lot of days it's just the same monotonous, repetitious thing. But I enjoy hearing about your day. Remember that I love you guys. And I think you're all awesome. And be kind and respectful and loving to each other. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.